Welcome to Malcom Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcom and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. I'm your host, Malcom Reed, joined by my lovely and talented wife, Miss Southern Shell, and Mr. Tyler on the boards. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is, we're doing this on Wednesday this week because we got to get out of town again tomorrow. I've only been back for, is this the third day? I guess.
You left Thursday morning, like 5 a.m. last week.
God, it was so early.
And then you got back Sunday afternoon.
Yeah. It was pretty much about 5:30.
Yeah. Pretty much went straight to bed.
Yeah, and went to the dentist.
You stayed at the dentist all day yesterday.
All day. Man, that was miserable. I got to go back to this afternoon. I'm getting it's like a bridge, like where I've been missing a tooth for a while on the lower right.
I bet you wish you just rocked that hole.
God, I wish I'd pulled them all out. Man, yesterday it was brutal. Brutal.
You have the worst experience.
I'm not good at a dentist. Like they asked me, "Do you want the gas?" Yes, and turn it up. And then it's like, okay, this is gonna take about 15 minutes. You know, I had some temporaries on the teeth around it that holds the little bridge thing. However they hook it on there, I don't know what they do. But so they were gonna take these temporaries off and then pop this new one in, adjust it, and out the door I go. You know, just gassed up. I was like, yeah, that's a good morning. I'll be coming back to work. No. So I get to popping that thing off, man. My tooth went on fire, and the other one, oh man, it was miserable. So they had to come in and numb me up. 3 rounds of shots there. 15 minutes later, they start working again. It hadn't phased me. I'm still sucking this gas down as much as I can get out of it. Man, I'm trying to float. It's like, it is not working. It's like, you still feel that? And I was like, yeah, obviously. You know, I'm trying to rip the bib thing off of me. I mean, I have a baby when it comes to the dentist, man. 3 more shots. It ended up being a total of like over a dozen shots they had to give me to get these teeth numb. And then it was still I could feel it. And finally, and he couldn't even get them adjusted because I was numb from like my whole head. I've been sucking on the gas. I finally had to tell him, I got to turn this gas off, man. That's too much. I don't know if you're supposed to leave somebody on it for 3 hours at high flow, but I was feeling it. It's like, and they were shooting this stuff at me, and he after about, I don't know what shot it was. It's probably on number 9 or at 10 or something. He shot them, and I'm sitting there. You know, they got your head down, some feet up in the air.
It's horrible.
Gas hooked up to me like Darth Vader, just pumping it through. And he said, you might notice your heart racing a little bit because this stuff's going like straight. I had to get it straight in the tooth or whatever. And he's like, it's going to speed your heart rate up and raise your blood. It could raise your blood pressure. And all of a sudden, my alarm goes off.
Yeah, he doesn't know who he's talking to.
He doesn't know who he's talking to. I'm fixing to have a heart attack. You can't tell me stuff like that. So he's going, let's give it a few minutes. And I'm like, great. I'm still sucking on this gas. And I asked the lady there, I said, ma'am, could you please raise me up? Because I didn't know if I was going to make it. I'm probably kicking my feet there. So they raised me up, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, shit, I'm fixing to die. Right here in the dentist office, I'm gonna die. I'll be the first person. I'm the reason why they put that notify next, your emergency contact.
That's what you're thinking.
Like, yeah, because I'm on the gas. So I'm on the gas. I'm sucking it all down. And finally, like when she come back in there, I done took the gas off and put it up by my eyes. I was like, man, maybe I need to back off this stuff because my heart started racing. I was like, damn, I'm breaking out to a cold sweat. And we ain't even got started good yet. He's still just getting me numb. And finally, so I calmed down. I tell him, he's like, you all right? And I said, no, I'm in duress. It's like, you done told me my heart was going to speed up. I got this gas on high flow. I'm dying. And I needed somebody to sit there and talk to me or something. They just had me in there with the music blaring, just like praise music.
You didn't know you needed to bring me.
No, I did not know I needed a helper. Like I needed somebody to hold my hand and pat me, tell me it's going to be okay. And I was like, this is routine, man. We're just supposed to be fitting the thing. I'd already went through the bad stuff. That was last week. God, it was horrible.
I was like, God, he's been at the
when I got out of there, they were like,
time.
I was just trying to, at that point, I was like, yeah, it's great. I'm going. Yep, let's go. Let's get out of here. I got stuff. I still had to film some videos.
Yeah.
So he told me that's what he did. Oh, I hope you ain't got to film today. And I was like, what are we doing here, Doc? And so I went home. Like I come back I had to drive. I drove myself. I didn't know I needed a driver. I didn't know I was going to do 2 liters nitrous gas that morning, but I woke up. And so I drove back to the office. I said, "Shit, we got to go home." I went home and laid down. They made me take like 2 of the big ibuprofens and 2 Tylenols before I could leave.
Why?
Because it was hurting so bad. I mean, he was like, "You're gonna need this." I was like, "I may need a little more. I don't know if you got one of them tanks to go, or can I get a script or something?" So I went home and laid down, and I don't know, was it 1:30? I got up and said, "All right, Shell, we got to film these videos."
Yeah.
Knocked out some videos. I don't even know. My face was still swole up.
Is it still swell today?
Oh, it hurts like I've been eating more ibuprofen this morning. I got to go back here in a little while, so I got that to look forward to.
Tell him no more.
No more high flow gas. No. I'm not asking for it today. Normally that stuff's great. That's been my week so far, and I'm ready to go back out of town.
Heck yeah! Now we got to get ready to go cook a contest and leave in the morning again.
Got to do that tonight. We're going to cook.
And I'm going with you.
The Royal Oak Invitational over in right outside of north of Atlanta, just a little bit. What's it? Roswell, Georgia, I think it's the town.
Mm-hmm.
It's really Atlanta suburb.
Northern side, right?
Full blown KCBS. They're providing the chicken. I think we're getting 16 chicken thighs. We're getting 3 racks of Cheshire ribs, 2 Cheshire pork butts, and a Snake River Farms brisket.
What
and then
grade?
we're doing an SEA Friday, black. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just that's still a dang good brisket.
It is. I like how everybody's cooking the same thing.
Yeah, everybody. They said you don't get caught bringing any extra meat.
Yeah.
So last week I went up to Indiana. It was actually Mentone, Indiana. That's where the cornfield I was in. Warsaw was about an hour away. No, I don't even know if it was a full hour. But Jay Craig's place it's like been in his family for generations, and I guess he just builds some smokers. He got into that because I guess he got into competition barbecue, but they have a huge metal fabricating shop, and that's what they do. That's their main job. I mean, it was monstrous. I was surprised, and we hung out. He's got a big shop set up like outdoor kitchen bar, and I think there was 23 teams came up there, and I cooked on a new pit, got it put on the trailer, and cooked on it the next day, and man, it was a lot of fun.
So you got to see where they actually build the Outlaw Smokers?
Yeah. We got to see the full thing. Oh, he's building a new hog pit. It's going to be bad. It's bigger than the BFO. It's like Hogzilla pit.
I think he likes to constantly set a new bar.
Yeah. No, he likes to come up with new ideas and stuff that ain't been done. So
gonna have like a whole house smoker one day.
Yeah, just the whole trailer.
Call this the barn.
The barn. You can just hang sides of meat in there and smoke them. That would be awesome. Yeah. So Mark Williams cheated and beat me. He won the whole thing.
He did.
I beat him in one bite.
Mark's on a roll with those ribs.
I beat him in the Spam cooking. So we had a one bite challenge.
Yeah.
It was a mystery meat, and it was Spam.
I love that. I think that's a great mystery meat.
Yeah, it's definitely, it fits the bill, don't it? Who knows exactly what Spam is?
It's also really easy to incorporate.
Yeah. It was, so I treated it a lot like I would sausage or something. We kind of cut it up, chopped it up fine. It wouldn't, and kind of sauteed a little bit. Got some seasoning on it. I was afraid it was going to be real salty because I've had Spam before. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I grew up eating. My mom would cook Spam and biscuits. It was something in our house. It was always in our cabinet.
Yeah. I like the saltiness of it.
I go way back where it had the key on the side. We had to roll it open. It didn't have no pull top. Y'all probably don't know nothing about that. Y'all too young.
I didn't grow up eating Spam.
Man, Spam, potted meat, veiny sausages. That's all the good stuff.
I grew up eating all the other stuff. It's just, I don't know.
Spam.
Yeah.
Spice. I think it stands for spiced ham. It's a Hawaiian thing.
Yeah.
But it's usually pretty salty.
Yeah.
But I don't know if cutting it up and cooking it like I did, if it kind of cooked the salt out of it. But it had almost like a bacon lardon like flavor.
Yeah.
We let it get crispy. So I mixed that up with some cream cheese. And since Spam's from Hawaii and that's kind of thinking tropical, I got some pineapple and me and Waylon chopped it up and we mixed all that in our cream cheese. And I did little pig shots with it, Spam pig shots. So we took all that and stuffed it up, did our little, like a little round of sausage, wrapped a piece of bacon around it, stuffed that cream cheese mixture in there, put it on the smoker, smoked it till the bacon was done, good and done. The cheese was hot, and how cream cheese is, it don't really run, it just kind of stays put. And then I took some of our sweet fire pickles and strained them and pulled just the jalapenos out and put those in the top, kind of pushed it down a little bit, so you had this nice little one bite.
And then you glazed it?
Yeah, and then we glazed it and
Yeah.
dunked it in sauce. I used a little different fruity flavor, so I went with that raspberry chipotle Blues Hog. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. We came in 6th with ours out of 23 with the one bite, which, I mean, we didn't, there was no garnish. We didn't put a ton. I was watching football and cooking ribs, really. So.
Yeah.
But we did it, and it was good. Now, what
That's
beat
a
us?
TikTok recipe, sounds like.
So Jay Craig won.
The one bite.
Yeah, that should have been a red flag. Winner,
the promoter, the organizer.
Wins, and then his best buddy Mark Williams wins the other one. Something's wrong there. No, they both cooked great. Jay did. He did like these little Spam kind of cinnamon honey bun split, smoked and glazed slice of Spam on it. Then the whole thing was kind of wrapped in bacon. And it was like rich to 11, if you can imagine. But it won
did it
first
have
place.
a salty element to it? Did you try it?
I didn't get Brian Weston was the one trying
Yeah.
it. He come over and he kind of tried everybody's. He came in 2nd place. He grated his. He bought a grate,
that's
like
a
a
good
box
idea.
grater, and grated his whole Spam, and then made meatballs with it.
Oh,
He mixed
yeah.
it. Yeah, he mixed it with I think a little ground pork and then some breadcrumbs and stuff, and made this meatball. It was like a barbecue glazed meatball. They were really good.
That sounds good.
Like you couldn't even tell. Like ours, you could tell there was some Spam in it, but his, you probably couldn't even tell there was Spam in it. It was just a good meatball. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, you're onto something there.
That is a good idea. Using meatballs to incorporate in a mystery meat.
Yeah.
You had
Mystery.
you had a good
Who knows?
idea. You said that if you ever do a mystery meat challenge, you'll give like 12 or 24 hours notice of what the mystery meat is.
Yeah, that
so you
way
have time to buy the
Shop
slice.
instead of waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you need enough time to go to the store and buy everything, but you don't need enough time to practice too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
That's what makes it kind of fun. But I like the idea of knowing what the mystery meat is at least 12 hours before you got to start cooking it or whatever.
Yeah, if you're cooking on Saturday,
to
you
you.
let them know 5 o'clock
Yeah,
on
don't
Friday.
give them the meat. Just tell them that release what it's going to be. Well, you got time because I mean, at a contest like that morning, we wouldn't. There's no way we were in the middle of nowhere. We couldn't have ran to a store and got what we needed. So you just kind of had to guess. And
Did they?
I
Have
was going to
any-
make a pig shot with whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was going to incorporate it into that some kind of way. I mean, if you got cream cheese, you got bacon, some
Did they have any sort of pantry available there?
Jay, I mean, he would have let you have whatever he had.
Yeah, but
I didn't go through his stuff.
I didn't know if they had anything set up, like a few
no.
staples.
No, but no.
How'd you have a can of pineapples?
We went to Kroger.
Oh, okay.
So we went to the day that I had my pit put on the trailer. We dropped the trailer off early that morning at the shop, and then we went to town. And going to town meant there's a barbecue store there that it's like I need to look up. Did you look
American
up
Outdoor.
American Outdoor Barbecue
In
and
Warsaw,
Grill?
Indiana.
Yep. It was probably about an hour away, maybe 45 minutes. And so that was our first stop that morning. And when I say that morning, it was probably 10 o'clock when we got there. We went and visited with them and looked at all the, it's full blown selling grills.
How big is that shop?
It's pretty good size. It's way bigger. I mean, it's good size.
Yeah.
He's got one whole room of nothing but grills and pellets and wood and charcoal.
How many grills do you think he has there?
Like in inventory, I bet he had 40 or more.
Really?
He had a bunch. Yeah. It was as big as
All different brands and
yeah. He sold pellet grills. He sold Outlaws. He sold. He had Myrons. I think he had Pits and Spits. He had a ton of Yoders. He had Traegers. He had one of those pizza. Is it Umi pizza oven? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Or Unos or whatever they are. I think he had one of those in there. He had some stick burners. I think he had some Yoder stick burners and some Outlaw stick burners. He had some drums. I don't remember exactly what brand drum that was, but it wasn't Gateway. I don't think it was. I forget what brand drum he sold, but he had a lot of different stuff. They had the Weber pellet grills in there, and I didn't like. I mean, I just went there and kind of glanced at everything. I looked at a few.
a lot of products, rubs, sauces.
A lot of rubs and sauces, cooking supply, just everything you expect.
Yeah.
But what I thought was real cool is he had Wagyu beef, and it was locally raised Wagyu beef that he does.
Oh, he
So,
raises it?
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess the guy, man, I'm the worst with names, but I'm pretty sure he owns the store.
Yeah.
Or he's a part owner in the store. But he told me that he's been working on getting his genetics right for 4 or 5 years is what it took him. And so I asked him, I was like, so how, so he actually got Japanese Wagyu seed and I guess inseminated his cows.
Oh,
He's got
really?
them
What kind
cross-dried.
of cow did he have? Did he inseminate with the?
I didn't ask. Should have. It's a good question. I sent you a picture of one of them. He had one of them. I guess it was a bull.
Oh,
mounted.
you didn't explain it. It was just a picture of a bull. I was like, okay. You
Yeah,
just
no, it's in the
texted me.
store. Yeah, he said, no, that's one of mine.
I didn't know if that was.
I don't know if it's like
code or
when they cut him up in steaks and decided to mount him or what.
where it came from.
But he
yeah.
was hanging up there, yeah. But so he's like, man, you want to try some of this? You want to try one of my Wagyu steaks and tell me what you think? I said, heck yeah. So he let me pick out one out of his meat case and
What he
I
give you
brought it back
ribeye?
home. Yeah, I just got a ribeye, good looking marbled up ribeye.
Like how many pounds?
It's just normal, 14, 16 ouncer. I think the pricing on them, man, it's probably $50.
For that one steak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ought to be good.
Heck yeah.
So I brought that back. It was already froze, so I threw it in the cooler and put it in the freezer when we got back to Jay's and then kept it cold, and it's in the freezer here at the shop. So I'll probably cook it next week. Well,
Yeah.
and you'll taste some Indiana Wagyu beef.
Mark's been bringing back, they're calling it dairy steaks.
Milk cow steaks.
Milk cow steaks.
So,
Those ribeyes are delicious.
so I got the rundown. I was going to get some of those. I got the rundown on them. They didn't have them.
Okay, so what is it?
So there's a lot of Amish up there, and they have all the dairy cows where they're getting fresh milk and all that. Well, they sell the offspring or the steers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
These people buy the steers and they'll feed them out and then have them processed. And so it's the offspring of these dairy milk
The
cows.
male
Yeah.
offspring. Okay.
And-
I was wondering, I was like,
Yeah, they're not killing the milk cows like old milk cows that don't
that
produce
just
milk no
didn't,
more.
yeah, I was like, it's,
No, they can't control which ones are going to be females and males. So the males they send off, and
they become these.
if they're not the old stud bull milk cow
Yeah.
or milk bull, they're going to go to market, and so that's what they do. They buy them, feed them out, and then I don't know if they sell them like retail. Because the way he explained to me is they got a big ice chest up there, and you go up there and you put your money in the bucket and get out what you want.
So you could,
But it's delicious meat.
It is.
It was like any. I
real
never had.
sweet.
I guess it's whole. What the milk cow's? What, a Holstein? Is that the black and white Chick-fil-A
think so,
cow? I think
yeah.
so. So I'm guessing that's what they are. Is Holsteins. I never had ate any until Mark brought some back. But man, the flavor and the fat content in them. It's absolutely fantastic. If you ever get a chance to try some milk cow, do it because it's different. It's almost like
it's sweet. I think
It's got a sweet flavor, yeah.
to it, and it's really tender.
Yeah. They're small though. The loins in them are small. They're not like a big Angus that you used to seeing. Loin. It's a smaller. I would say the steaks are probably 10 ounces, like a decent ribeye steak off one. Is that? But it's not because it's cut thin. It's just because that's the
It's smaller.
width. The length and the width of that loin's smaller.
They might not be able to put on the weight.
I
and
guess
the
it's
size.
just the breed. It's just the way it is. Probably don't feed them out as they're not. Maybe they don't feed them as big when they slaughter them or whatever. So Mark did bring home they held him 5 milk cow steaks back. I don't know if it's because he won. They give you some milk cow steaks.
I think it's because he's gone up
He
there
got a
bunch.
bottle of whiskey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the defending champ gave him a bottle of Eagle Rare.
That's
There was
good.
another bourbon aficionado there, and he brought some different stuff. And they thought there's a lot of bourbon drinkers. So.
Did you try anything that you hadn't tried before?
The only thing I took a sip of that I had never tried was an old smoky salted watermelon bourbon or moonshine. They were telling me how great it is. And
So
they
you're
said,
telling
"You
me
gotta
you
sip
had
this."
some good stuff.
No, I tried some Old Forester. I had a sip of that. I had to get a sip of Eagle Rare, and had some Weller. That's about it. And no, and I tried. Jay Durbin bought a bottle of Ocean's Chef's Blend.
Like
It was a
Jefferson
blend-
Ocean?
Yeah. It was Jefferson's. It wasn't Jefferson's Ocean. It was just Jefferson's Chef Blend, and it was like a marriage of bourbon and rye. Was what it was. That was really good.
So the truth's coming out because you came home and you were like, I did
No,
some
when I
good
say-
this weekend.
Yeah, when I'm
Only
saying
had a couple beers.
this wasn't like make big drinks.
You were
This
just
was
sipping and tasting.
sniffs. Yeah, that was it. Because that's if everybody's sniffing whiskey, you got to take a piece. Right?
You do. You really do.
I did. I was very good this past week.
You're like, I only had a couple beers.
I did have a couple beers too. Only because I was cold, I didn't want them to go bad.
So,
I did not have any Trulies, though.
No Trulies?
No Trulies.
Are you just saying you did?
I did not have any Trulies.
I think he's just trying to take shots at me.
So we had a listener, Russ. He sent an email this week.
Yeah.
He is going to send us some real maple syrup.
Real good. I'm excited to try some real maple syrup. This stuff's expensive.
Okay, so Russ has a small sugar bush in which he produces, him and his friend,
Sugar, what?
a small sugar bush in which we produce 70 gallons of maple syrup a year.
That sounds like a pretty big bush.
I'm assuming that's like a grove.
Is that what they, okay.
Sort of.
I don't know the lingo.
I don't
I don't know
either.
those maple
I'm looking
syrup
it up.
lingo.
So to make those 70 gallons, we have to boil about 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup.
Wow. So that makes 70. So what's that? Do that math. 2,800 maybe?
Right.
70 times 40, yeah.
A sugar
Right.
bush
That's what it sounds like to me.
is a group
Yeah.
of sugar maple trees growing in the same area and used to produce maple syrup or maple sugar.
So
Okay,
they
so it's
put
like
the
an
tap in them,
orchard-ish.
hang the bucket on it. And
I don't, he
I'd say
didn't
each of those-
explain to
I
me
wonder how long it takes to get a gallon of sap out of a tree.
Maybe we need to have Russ on and get him to explain it to us.
Give us
So,
the rundown on making maple syrup.
he
So I knew they cooked it. They boil it down.
yeah, but it takes
That's a byproduct, the syrup,
40 gallons to make 1
gallon of good grade A
sellable syrup, yeah.
dark. Was it dark amber or whatever they says?
So him and his partner, they've won several awards for their syrup.
Oh, this is some serious syrup.
Yes.
This ain't just a jackleg operation.
They've won awards for their syrup and other maple products over the last couple of years. So the judging for syrup in these contests is just as rigorous as barbecue judging, and it's like a whole circuit thing. And
You show up with your syrup. You have to make it on site, I wonder, or do you get to show up with it already made? Because that would be
These
you have
are
to show up with
questions.
raw sap, and then you got to turn it into syrup and get it judged right then. I don't know how long that process is,
know.
but I bet you can do it in a weekend, I guess.
But there's a whole maple syrup thing. He says what we've been trying probably is high fructose corn syrup with a maple extract,
I wouldn't doubt it.
and that's why it smells the way it does and tastes the way it does.
Yeah, probably so.
Yep.
I know. I've not had. I haven't tried. The real deal maple syrup before.
Heck no. All I've tried
Unless
is
the one in the
McDonald's
little paint
level.
can. I have had the one with the little paint can with a little scenery painted on it. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a little tin can. I think they sell that one. They used to sell that one at Walmart.
Anyway, we'll talk more about maple syrup when it comes in and we can actually
heck
try
yeah.
it. But I'm excited.
It's going to be
about that.
Pancake Day. What day's National Pancake Day, Tyler? Maybe it's coming up. We're going to have it here. We're going to break out the flat top. We're going to do some pancakes. We're going to try some real maple syrup.
Yep. And so now I'm excited about it. I'm all about trying new things.
Heck yeah.
If I, had no idea that I was only eating like the crappy versions of maple syrup.
Yeah. The imitation.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I never buy maple syrup. If it ain't Blackburn, it ain't the deal.
So,
Has he ever tried Blackburn? Maybe we need to send him some Blackburn.
there you go.
Do a trade.
Yeah. So
I know where
this,
some good molasses are.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just throwing that in there. You got me interested in bartering.
Shout out to Blackburn.
This week you did a chili coffee rub on a flat iron steak.
I did. So the last podcast we had the humble coffee. The
Yeah.
folks down from Starkville sent us up some of that. So I decided I was going to go ahead and try to make me a coffee rub, and I'm glad I did because it was excellent. I ain't saying I would bottle it, but man, for a different taste and flavor, it was really, really good. So I was thinking like, okay, do I take AP and add to it, or do I take TX and kind of add to it and turn that into?
Because that's what you like.
Because that's what I like to do. But this one, I said, no, I'm just going to start from scratch. And so I started with some basic ingredients: salt, pepper, a little bit of sugar in the raw because I wanted it to kind of melt and give it some, caramelized color. But I wanted to balance out the chili powder, the ancho chili powder I put in it. That brought some heat to it, brought some earthiness to it. I had to use some cumin for a little smokiness, and that was it. and the coffee, like
Yeah.
a tablespoon of coffee. So I did a tablespoon of chili rub, tablespoon of coffee. It was like 2 tablespoons of salt, tablespoon of black pepper, half a tablespoon of garlic, sugar, and what else? The paprika to give it some little color too. And man, it was good.
I thought it was really
I put
good
the
too.
recipes on video.
Yeah.
And I want everybody to try it and tell what they think. Because trying it, like when you smell it, of course you get some of that roasted coffee smell. You smell the chili powder. You smell the cumin. And that's really all you're probably going to pick up, which is great. It's great notes. But it smells kind of southwesterny with the roasted flavor from the anchos and from the coffee.
I think they go together really well.
And so I was thinking the coffee, I was worried the coffee's going to make it gritty. Like you're going to taste it and it's going to be just like tasting coffee grains. Everybody's probably had a little coffee grain on their palate and it's kind of gritty, you know.
Because I guess seasonings will dissolve as they cook.
Yeah, but the grains.
The coffee probably won't. Yeah.
Right. That's what I was thinking. So I tried it and it wasn't bad. I didn't get too much grittiness because of the texture of the other seasonings
You're
in
talking
it.
about trying it just out of the bottom.
Just out of the bottom. And it was super fresh. And so I put it on a flat. I wanted something easy to cook. Not, I wasn't going to put it on Wagyu ribeye.
Yeah.
And so I just went to Kroger and got a flat iron steak. That's some beautiful flat iron steaks. And I love the flat iron. If you don't overcook it, it is an awesome cut of beef. It's tender.
It's very
You
tender.
can't mess the grain up on it. It's always one direction slice. There's no trimming to it. Cooks in under 10 minutes usually. I mean, that's all it's all about. So I put that.
And it's okay. How much did you pay for that flat iron?
$16-17.
Okay.
I mean, it's not cheap, but it was 2 pounds.
No, but that'll feed a family.
Yeah, it's usually I catch them on sale sometimes for $7.99. This one was $8.99, something like that. Right,
Yeah.
$9-10 a pound, right in that range. And that'll feed it. That's a dinner. I'm not going to eat that whole steak. You don't lose much of it in shrinkage or anything because it's just lean. I mean, it's marbled up some, but it's real lean. And so that's what I like about it. There's no, you don't have to trim too much fat off. You're not wasting any of it.
You can just go straight season to the grill.
Straight to season to the grill. But I put a little olive oil on it just kind of to make the rub stick, to give it, dried it off real good with paper towel, put a little olive oil on it, seasoned it heavy, both sides with this chili coffee seasoning and that blend I just made up. And I let it sit because it went on and it's real coarse looking, you can see the peppers, you can see the salt, a little bit of the sugar, you can see the coffee grains in it. But when you let it sit, it just starts dissolving. And I don't know if the coffee starts kind of melting a little and pulling some color out. The sugars start drawing some of the moisture out of the meat. But, man, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It put this pretty – and the paprikas and the chili powders and the ancho kind of blend, and it makes this pretty mahogany color on the outside.
It's like slicked over.
I was like, dang. It looked like I'd put the barbecue – the colors, it had a beautiful color to it. And you could still see some of the grain, so it almost had like a texture, like the TX texture. And so when I seared it on the GrillGrates, and it wasn't on, I'm talking like 5 minutes aside. I usually do my little turns to get my pretty grill marks, 2.5, flip, 2.5. Didn't temp it or anything. I've cooked enough flat irons to know that's going to be rare to medium rare. That's exactly where you want it. If you go further than that, that's what's going to dry it out and be tough. So I pulled it off and just let it sit and rest and then sliced it up, and man, it melted in your mouth.
It was really good.
You got the savoriness. You got the earthiness, you got the spice from the ancho, you got the smokiness from the cumin, and the sugar. It wasn't sweet,
No.
but it was balanced. Like it just had a real. I was like, man, this is a dang good seasoning. And then I made up is it Fergoni?
Yes.
Al Fergoni's chimichurri, the dehydrated chimichurri in a shaker. And if you're slipping on this stuff, you got to try it. I wish I'd have thought of that.
I know. It's
a
really
great
good.
Because I love chimichurri sauce, man. But there's nothing worse than having to sit and chop up 3 bundles of
And it's good.
flat leaf parsley, 2-3 bundles of cilantro, your garlic, everything that goes in it. You're chopping. I mean, you're chopping a lot.
And we've tried other kind of
Jarred
chimichurri.
No, doesn't compare. This one, he's got figured out, man. It's some good chimichurri sauce. You just need to give it a little time to rehydrate, and so all it is. And inside it, he's got parsley, he's got cilantro, he's got red pepper flake, he's got, I guess, some salt. It's pepper.
Yeah.
It's flavored.
All you
up.
add is vinegar
and oil,
olive oil.
your vinegar and your oil. So I've done it with cider vinegar, and I like it better with just plain old white distilled vinegar.
But you haven't played with any other vinegars, or rice.
I played with
or,
hot sauce. It's very, very good with just Killer Hog's hot sauce.
Yeah, because
the
that's
vinegar
a lot of vinegar. Yeah.
It gives it a little more heat, a little more punch.
Oh,
but the
I think
vinegar
that's
rehydrates good with it. It's like it's almost like a buffalo chimichurri.
Ooh.
That'd be a good wing. I've been working on how to do that. That's what I need to do. I need to do that and toss it, make it with the buffalo sauce. Let me write this down. Hold on. Buffalo chimney. That's going to be a Monday night winger.
That's a good recipe. I do remember when y'all used the hot sauce to rehydrate it.
Yeah. So just because we didn't have any vinegar in the pantry when we first got it in. But all you do is I took 3 tablespoons of the chimichurri seasoning, or the dehydrated herbs. You put that in a little bowl. And you do same equal parts of your vinegar element. I used white distilled vinegar for like a classic chimichurri. You kind of stir it up, and it kind of starts thickening, but it starts rehydrating all those herbs, brings them back to life.
And the instructions say let it hang out in the vinegar for a few minutes.
Yeah, I'd let it go about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you drizzle in double the oil. So if you use 3 tablespoons of vinegar, you need 6 tablespoons of olive oil. Use whatever kind of oil you like in there, and you just kind of stir that in and let it hang out. I did that before I ever lit the fire on the grill. So the meat's seasoned and it's setting. The chimichurri's put together and it's setting. Then I get the grill hot, grill the steak, let it rest, and you got this sauce to serve with it. Between the juice that, the boar juice.
The boar juice was
from
really
setting
good.
that steak there and that chimichurri, man, you didn't need nothing else. It was Flavor Town. I loved it. I mean, it may not have come across as like the best recipe or anything I've ever done, but taste-wise, man, that was phenomenal.
And when I was...
And I don't know if it's because I was loaded up on nitrous gas or pain meds or what, but
You're drooling.
I was drooling.
Talking about...
I was just chewing on one side. If you probably watch the video, he ain't even getting over on the new teeth. He's over on the bad side. But man, hey, if you can eat it after just having major dental work done, it's tender.
I should have included that in the video.
Yeah. That's dental visit tender right there. You don't even hurt your sore teeth.
I tried it, and I was trying to see, like, I could tell that there was coffee in there. It's got that whole aroma, a little bit of the flavor. Yeah. But if I didn't know that you'd use coffee in there and tried it, I would have been like, what is that?
What's that what's giving it that
earthy
earthiness?
Smokiness? Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like so much that it was like coffee.
Yeah.
But it was enough that
that's right.
It added to.
Yeah. Do you think it was that blend of humble coffee, or do you think any coffee would be? I think you could probably use any coffee. Right?
I mean, it's kind of like what oils or what vinegars you want to add.
Yeah,
you could go in any direction.
Sam's Club full.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember which flavor humble you used?
I used the one that was the
chocolate almond and something else.
Okay, that sounds like it'd be really.
It was it was
we picked the one.
It sounded like it would go with barbecue. All the flavors of it. Yeah. Almond chocolate, and what was the other one?
Like a nut or something.
Yeah. It was good. It was really good.
All that coffee's really good. But yeah, you originally had wanted to do a skirt steak, but you were having problems finding a good skirt steak.
Yeah, I did. So the only place I could find one lately is Aldi. And I mean, people might laugh at me for buying some meat at Aldi, but dang, their skirt steak's good. But they only have one little one. I still bought it. We made tacos with it. I did a TikTok with it. Same way. I wanted to see what the coffee seasoning would do on it. And it was excellent. Made some really good tacos.
Yeah.
All I did was same, put a little olive oil on it, season it the same way, let it sit. When I got through cooking that flat iron, I threw that skirt steak on there. It don't take a skirt steak 3 or 4 minutes. It's so thin. That's what I like about skirt steak too. It's fast cook.
You just get it good and hot and sear
on each side and get it off.
Could you get that crosshatch? You really couldn't with that skirt.
Yeah, no, and I mean, it's a long flat piece of meat. And by the time you get it charred up some, it's done. And the hotter the grill, the better, and the faster you cook it, the better. Then you got to make sure you just cut with the grain to get it into normal sized pieces, and then slice across the grain to cut it up into little strips, and that's your taco. And while that was resting, I threw a couple tortillas on the grill and built me a taco with a skirt steak and a little pico and a little hot sauce.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. That was, thrown together, improvised as you can get for some really tasting some good meat, though.
Yeah.
try. If you hadn't tried it, don't try Aldi skirt steak. Y'all don't go get it.
That's what's causing the problem.
That's what's causing the take-up shortage.
That's my place,
People
man.
done found it.
We
I don't know about their other meat, but that skirt steak they got is excellent.
Their chickens are pretty good. They got like young chickens
Yeah.
that we usually do like beer can chicken with and stuff. They're really good too.
Man, Aldi stepped their game up. I wish we had one in Hernando.
Yeah.
We'd have got Olive Branch. I guess. Well, we went to both because I was looking. Both of them was out skirt steak.
Yeah.
There's one
Yeah,
down in
one
Horn
place.
Lake too now. So if y'all didn't know that,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can go-
I bet you they had skirt steak down there. Somebody needs to go give me a report.
we just need a
It's not expensive. It's about like buying a flat iron.
we just
So you
need a
can get one
grocery
for $20.
guy.
Oh, way less than $20 at Aldi. Yeah, I want to say it's like $8.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's enough skirt steak to make a bunch of tacos.
Yep.
Like,
A family of tacos. Yeah.
they had some carne meat already cut up, like
They had some of that shaved beef too.
shaved beef or Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
They had some ribeyes, but I don't know. I mean, I'd try one. They knock them. Man. They had a grass fed one that had no fat in it though. I was like, what they did to that cow? They starved it. And out there roaming around.
Poor-
Grass he didn't want to eat. He didn't get no fat. He was not happy. He was all tense.
It's real nervous.
Yeah, that's what I'd imagine it. Stuck up on him, jerking. Grass fed cow.
You want them nice, relaxed, happy woods.
Just ease around. Fat as they can be.
Kind of get stuck in the mud.
Man.
So this week you used your GrillGrates for your skirt steak.
And the flat
Flat
iron.
iron.
mainly,
Sorry,
yeah.
I get those mixed up. Anyway, use your GrillGrates.
I did.
So I want to talk to you a little bit about GrillGrates.
I love GrillGrates. I don't know why. I don't know why everybody don't cook on GrillGrates. Honestly,
I think some people don't know about them.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
though, there's this one train of thought that the grill marks aren't good because it's better if it's seared all the way across the piece of meat versus putting lines on it or whatever. I like them because they radiate heat good. It looks awesome.
makes the cook easier.
It gets just. I don't want all my steak charred up.
Yeah.
I want little chars.
Yeah.
I don't want all chars, but I think the main thing is it makes it easier to cook because it don't flare up on you. It's even heat on the whole grate. They're fantastic. And multiple uses, you can flip them over,
Yeah.
cook on
And
the
they
flat
have
side,
flat ones too.
and they sell flat pieces to go with it. Yeah.
But I mean, there are other types of GrillGrates. Kind of has the market.
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
that's Brad and them's brand. They got
Yeah.
a good one. I mean, I love the aluminum ones I've had. The first ones I had, what were they called?
They were cast iron.
They're heavy as crap.
Oh my
All
God, they were
cast
so
iron.
heavy.
They'd like bend your Weber rack. They were so heavy. Man grates.
Man grates. They were.
Yeah.
It was like this heavy chunk.
There's 3 panels of them. I
Yeah.
think they weighed 30 pounds. No, they were heavy.
I hated messing
You weren't
with
going to
them.
run off, steal them. You know, it wasn't like
And
grill grates you can take off, throw in their little travel bag,
Yeah.
put the tool in there. It's all, still don't weigh a couple ounces or whatever.
So
These, you had to commit.
they had the ridges just like the GrillGrates do,
Same
like the
thing.
peaks and valleys.
I don't know if they had, did they have holes, like perforated holes to let the heat up?
I
Or was
don't
it just
think
solid?
so. I think it was just solid
I don't know what
cast
happened to
iron.
my man grates.
I know what happened to
They
them.
rusted and you throw them away.
Yes.
That's another thing. They rust so easy. You got to recondition them all the time.
We're not the best at taking care of our stuff, but we're not the worst.
Yeah. Grill grates, I can shut the lid down, close it off. I don't have to worry about them. Yeah, if the little stuff bakes on it, when I fire it back up next time, I scrape it down with the board, hit the little in-between tool, and they're ready to spray a little cooking spray on it. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
Man grates, you had to
We
commit.
ruined those things.
Yeah, you had to keep them seasoned, and any little moisture got on them, they'd rust. If you pack paper towel down in them to hold the moisture, it would all get.
They were.
They weren't
were
my
difficult.
favorite. They were generation 1 good searing grates.
It was a good idea. I remember when I
Yeah.
first got it, I was like, "Oh, this is a good idea."
Yeah,
And then I remember seeing GrillGrates for the first time. I was like,
Like,
"Oh, that's way better."
yeah, the man grates would. If you hit the Weber wrong, it would dump the whole grill over. It's so heavy. For real, they were that heavy. It was like a cast iron
Cinder
searing
block.
grate. Yeah, for real.
Tyler, hold that camera and hold this grill up for me.
Yeah, they're heavy. They'd get hot. Because
Yeah.
the cast iron heats up and they radiated heat, probably better than grill grates. But it was a pain keeping up with them.
You would have to really, really take care of them. You'd have to I mean, just like you
Work
would a
them,
cast
season
iron
them. Yeah.
skillet.
Reseason after every cook.
So
Put
what
them up. That's the
Yeah.
main thing. You can't just leave them on a grill
Yeah.
on the outside in the weather. Oh, no.
That's
I
what
learned
happened.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they got so rusted they were flaking and stuff.
I've never had a grill grate rust. I don't know if they could rust, could they?
They are made out of hard anodized aluminum. What did you use before you had grill grates? Before you had the main grates, the grill grates, anything?
Just whatever grate come on the grill. I didn't put an extra grate on it.
I remember this has been a long time ago. You were working on your cross hatch pattern when you were grilling steaks, but it was before grill grate.
Yeah, it was just you just use a regular Weber grate. There was no, you'd put them on one way and then put them on the other way, whatever, and that was it. I didn't have anything. I mean, I guess some grills some of them would come. You'd have an old homemade grill that might have some expanded metal that give you like a little diamond look. If you got it hot enough,
Yeah.
you put a weight on it.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah, I had a weight on it and then push it down into the expanded metal.
That's what Longhorn does.
Is that what they do?
The weights, yeah.
Then they made it was almost like a weight with a piece of that expanded metal in it, to where you could get it good and hot and then put it on there,
And,
almost
sear
like
it
you
from the
brand
bottom.
it. Yeah. But that was it. There wasn't anything. I mean, I guess that's why Grill Grate's been so successful. There wasn't
anything
like it. Well, restaurants, they made like char griller grates for those char broilers that they would use in restaurants. And that's kind of, I don't know if Grill Grate made those first or if that's just kind of what they took that idea and turned it into the backyard, accessory for grills.
Yeah.
Because a char griller at a restaurant had that same thing. It had the ridges, had the thin ridges and then the
Peaks and valleys.
Yeah, and that's where they could set steaks right on top of it. And that's why everybody says get those restaurant grade marks. That's where people were used to seeing it because steakhouses always did that.
Yeah.
Or at least the ones that like were cooking over live fire, the ones that were like salamander, high heat broiling.
Yeah.
Like they would just be all one sear.
Yeah.
Some people like that.
Some people like it.
Yeah, I ain't knocking them. Hey, if you like it, I mean, I'll eat a cast iron steak sometime, but
I like a cast
would I
iron
say
better
it's
than a salamander.
but it ain't better than grill grate on a Weber. I'll put that steak up against. I'll put my steak coming off a charcoal grill with some grill grates up against anybody's. I don't care what restaurant you are.
I agree. I haven't had one better
Never.
than what you
Cook on
all y'all
consistent
can.
basis.
Yeah.
Our steak cooking buddies.
Yeah.
You can't touch them. I don't care the best steakhouse.
Yes.
Give me the same quality meat. I guarantee it tastes better.
I agree.
I think to this day, How to Ribeye Right, when we were recording that video, that's the best steak I've
Yeah.
ever had.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it was so good.
What's the if you had to think of the best steakhouse, what would you say the best steakhouse you ever been to was? Or
Best
you do,
steak
Sean.
you ever got
Yeah,
from
at
a
restaurant,
steak.
At a restaurant.
That's really tough.
That is really tough. I have a few that pop to my mind.
There's this place like Texas de Brazil, but it's up in Vegas.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. That was like really, really good live fire steak. And I want to say it was like a flank steak or something. It was like something that you wouldn't even think, and it was one of the the best steaks I've ever put in my mouth. But
I don't know. Mine's probably Emerald's, Del Monaco.
Yeah.
That's
you had a ribeye there?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
love a good Delmonico.
It was good.
Was that
was the name of the restaurant, but of the steak, I had a ribeye. I'm sure
Yeah.
that's what I always order. That's probably the best steak that I've ever had. I mean, I don't know. I've had some good. I used to say Jack Binion's Steakhouse when it was originally in Tunica. It was one of the best steakhouses I'd ever been to back in the day. To put it up there, Como's got a dang good one.
Como goes top of my list.
But they're back old school cooking.
Yeah.
But none of those. But my point is, none of those steaks are still as good as I think I can cook at home on my Weber grill with a set of grill grates.
Yeah. Or any of you guys that do it.
Any of the guys that do it regularly.
Yeah.
Like yours.
Oh, I can cook a
one
steak
that's as good
now.
as a steakhouse. You definitely ain't gonna put like Roost Chris or Capitol Grill or none of those places up against them.
No. All the ones that I'm thinking about are charcoal grilled.
Yeah.
They've been charcoal
Did you have a
grilled.
steak at Wolfgang's restaurant out in L.A. when you went?
No, I wouldn't have gotten a steak back then. Not a ribeye.
Just trying to think of all the good restaurants I've been to.
That place wasn't that great, really. Okay, back to GrillGrates. So, did you?
Spot, is that what it was?
Yeah, Spago. So GrillGrate, I was going to see if you knew this or have you ever tried this when I was researching, for this podcast. GrillGrates Valley's vaporized drippings for added flavor and moisture. Want an added boost of smoke flavor for your next grill place? Wait, before placing the food on the grill, sprinkle some wood pellets down in the valley and watch the magic happen.
We did that.
Have you ever done that?
Out in San Marcos, when I actually won second place of that steak contest out there in Texas. First time I ever cooked in SCA.
Yeah, it was.
And me and Mark Lambert had put some pellets in our
in the valley?
In the valleys like that to get some smoke. Only on one side, so it generates smoke in there.
Ah, so you have done it.
I didn't, yeah.
I'd never seen anybody do that.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
We cooked on the same grill.
That was back when steak cooking was chaotic and fun. And we didn't.
We was all new to it.
Yeah. It was really who just happened to.
Mississippi Boys was new to it.
Yeah. Have you ever ruined a pair of GrillGrates?
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Get them hot and flex them real good. That's what I did. I warped the crap out of them. So normally, we build a fire, and if your GrillGrates have been on the grill a while and they need cleaning, you'll hit them with the grill brush and scrape it all. A lot of that stuff just kind of gets down in the grate, and you want to get it out. And so you take some hot gloves, and you got those grates getting hot, and take them, stand them up, and tap them, and all of it, kind of fall out. Well, if you flex them, like when you pick them up to keep them from bend, because they'll kind of bend. If you bend them too much, you got that hot aluminum screaming hot, it'll bend those channels, and then it'll lay there, and it'll just kind of lay in a U shape instead of flat. Yeah. So I learned quick, do not get them hot and bend them. You can warp them.
I have also seen y'all.
I've also had them bent from traveling, and then trying to bang them on concrete to get them to go back together, and it bend that channel, and then they're screwed there too.
I think
take care of them. I learned that.
Me and Michael bent one time. We bent the channels, banging it. Yeah. I think I've also seen y'all burn a glaze on it so bad that you couldn't get it.
Yeah, but you can Dremel that out. You can get a tool because that's what it was. We glazed. It was at Memphis in May. I think they're cooking one of the exotic categories at Memphis in May, and the sauce it was. I don't know. It's like a sticky sweet, extra corn syruped up sauce.
Yeah, it was.
And it clogged every second. He had it full on that grill, and it just kind of caramelized down in there and melted and just sealed off every hole in the grill grate. It took me hours getting it. You couldn't soak it out. You had to get something and put in each hole and Dremel it out and get it all back open. I finally did it though.
But after the glazed it, I think the cooker just kept cooking, baking all that sugar on.
Sealed them off. It was a nasty set of grills. That's the nastiest I've ever seen a set of grills. Right? And then leave it on there for 4 days or a week.
What do you think's the number one rule to owning a set of GrillGrates?
Keep them clean.
Keep them clean.
That's probably if you keep them clean, which it's easy to do. Heat, little cooking spray, scrape them off, let them cool down, then shake all the dust off of them. That's the best way. If you do that to take care of them, you'll never have a problem with them. Don't pick them up when they're hot and bend them. That's a good rule. Always use a little cooking spray, get them seasoned because you want to season them. You want to cook on them because if you just cook it on aluminum, you ain't got no flavor. But by the time you cook more meat on them and it kind of builds up, it's like it seasons them. So I always do that. Even when I get them good and clean, I like to take some extra fat or meat or something. Hamburgers do great. Just go ahead and cook them on them for that cooking. Let that meat juices and all that get to sizzling and seasoning up that grate.
What modifications have you seen made to GrillGrates?
Wiring them together to where you can't take them apart. That's a great one.
I've seen a lot of people shorten the stick.
I've seen a lot of people, when you say shorten the stick, cut the handle off.
Cut the handle off the GrillGrate tool.
Yeah, so it ain't so long.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
A lot of people ask about when they see you using the GrillGrates in the videos, they ask about the GrillGrate tool.
It's it's a spatula that's just made that's it. It's got 4 flat tongs on it.
But it goes
down in the grate. It matches up with the grooves in the grill grates, and so you get under the meat. So you're not having to slide it under your meat and mess anything up. You go underneath and pick straight up, and then you turn it, flip it, whatever you want to do.
That's really another benefit of GrillGrates.
Yeah,
too.
I like the ones that are the tongs.
Me too.
It's like a double spatula put together.
That's what I got.
Yeah. They work great.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use them with GrillGrates?
I don't because I haven't found grill grates fit my pit boss, but
Yeah.
Sure
So
they
you
got
use
some.
it just on a regular grill. You don't have to have the grill grates to use
no,
that.
it works
you use
perfectly
it,
fine. Yeah.
I've seen guys cut them down, like to fit a grill. Like they don't have a size to fit your grill. You can
Oh, like the grill grate.
machine them.
the-
Yeah.
yeah.
All the ones that I've found that'll fit my grill have been circular.
Yeah.
I need
Really?
it to be a rectangle. It's just such a small
Yeah, a
surface
small
area.
circle.
I could probably get like half of one or something like that. I'm sure if I got
You
crazy.
just need
Yeah.
You just need to get a charcoal grill. Don't try to put them on your pellet grill.
Yeah. I got a little one. We bought this little like tailgate one when we were out of town, and but it's so small. It's like Traeger Ranger, but a little smaller.
Oh
Yeah.
That's a little too small. Need a Weber, man. The best grill going for starting out.
I've cooked on like just a few panels. The last time I cooked a steak, I cooked 3 steaks on just 2 panels.
Yeah, you can.
Because that's all.
There's guys that
clean.
just put one panel over a chimney
Yeah.
and cook on it.
Yeah.
And so you don't have to have like this
Hey.
full surface area of grill grates.
Y'all have cooked on the air fryer one.
Yeah, the air fryer one
They have one that's for the air fryer.
goes in that one works great. If you ain't got anything else,
Yeah.
you're gonna get some, sear action going in your Ninja air fryer or whichever one you got. It works. It works.
Do you remember, this has been a few years ago, there was like a controversy going around saying that somebody was taking the top layer of their grill grates off so their grill marks wouldn't be like anyone else's. They'd stand out. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but it wasn't taking the top layer off. It was making the rail skinnier
Okay.
to where the marks finer instead of
Gotcha. Was that true?
I always heard it was. It's kind of milled down. I don't know if those were made like that or if they did that after the fact, but I always heard that was the case. They took it and milled it down to where it was a finer. But you
finer
think
point.
so? If you did that though, it's going to make the space in between way wider.
Yeah, too wide.
Because if you mill both sides down, you're going to have extra wide space. So I don't know. Maybe that's false. I don't know for a fact. I've never asked anybody.
I don't either.
I've heard that rumor.
I like rumors.
Yeah.
I don't get to it. I never get to it. As long as
You think it's fact?
I just know how people like to talk.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think it's fact. Do you need a steak weight?
No. I typically don't use them. I have. I think it's if you use them and you put too much weight on it, it spreads out that mark more, and so it makes the meat want to go around the peak of the grate. Does that make sense? And so because you're weighting it down, it's overlapping and it's making a wider. It's making a wide, and so the grate kind of sticks up in the meat, but then it kind of cooks it, around too.
Yeah.
And so it makes a wider grill mark. I'd like to just take it when I put it on and use my hand or the back of the spatula and put gentle pressure just to make sure that every
good
bit
surface
of getting
contact.
good surface contact every place I can. That's what I do. And I've used weights before, but I noticed that I like it better. I think it putting that extra pressure on it might squeeze a little more moisture out. I don't know for a fact. It just seems like it would. And then I definitely know that it can make wider marks, especially if you've got them ripping hot. Because you got to think that a lot more of that surface area of that rail is getting hot too. That's what makes it.
Well, let's talk
wider.
about that. What happens when you get them grill grates to where they're glowing?
They can. There
Have
is
you
a
ever
break
gotten them,
point. There
first
is
of
a
all?
break point where they will. I think Waylon has. I don't think I have. Putting way too much charcoal in there and just get them so hot it warps the crap out of them. But I like to run mine at about 5 to 550. That's the sweet spot. Anything hotter than that's too hot to me.
What happens if you get it too hot and try to sear with it?
It's just going to sear the crap out of it, and it's going to make your meat's going to cook at different rates at super high temps. So yeah, you're going to get seared on the outside fast, but then it's going to be too raw in the middle, and depending on the thickness of the steak, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. But I think for me, the sweet spot's 5 to 550. It lets me have time to get a good sear to where I don't get that too gray with the the medium rare or medium, whatever I like. It depends on the cook a steak contest, but I like it to be seared and then mainly medium rare and then seared again. And you shouldn't see a big band. Well, that higher heat's going to give you a bigger band a lot of times, especially searing it. But I'll take it, get my marks, and then move it up to a raised rack and then watch it come up slow, and then it looks more even all the way across. So between 5 and 550, it marks the outside, but it doesn't cook way deep into the meat, in the amount of time I leave it on there.
I've also noticed the hotter those grill grates get, it almost puts a bad char on the outside of the lines instead of a good char.
That's definitely, but I think because it's cooking, it's radiating more heat right there at that point, and that's what's making it wider.
It's burning almost instead of searing, And
you do get a burnt taste instead of a good sear taste.
You do.
Especially if you use too much seasoning or wrong kind of seasoning. It's got too much sugar in them. It's going to get that bitter. It'll be real bitter flavor.
There's nothing worse than like you're at a steak contest. You're about to put your steak on, and timing is an issue, Oh, yeah. And you realize that your grill is hitting 750, and it's smoking.
Can't check it back.
Yeah, and you're like, ugh.
There's been.
Can I borrow your grill?
Loaded it up to double chimney and more.
So when do you take the grill grates off and just cook on the wire grate? Are there times?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there's some stuff that I don't like. If I'm cooking chicken wings, I ain't cooking them on grill grates. Depends on what I'm cooking. Usually if I'm cooking steaks or burgers, I'm probably, or chops or something like that I want to get some grilled, some little bit of char action going, that's where I'm doing it. Anything else I'm cooking, I'm probably, if I'm cooking chicken or, stuff like that, I'm probably not going to try to get too many marks on it. If I've got tenderloins on there, whole tenderloins, I don't need the crosshatch marks or whatever.
Do you ever use a like 2-zone fire with grill grates?
Yeah. SCA we do. I like to have all my hot coals on one side and have my raise rack on the other. That way it kind of gets that indirect heat when it's bringing that steak up slow. It works great for if you're cooking thick cuts of meat, like thicker steaks. If you want to do a reverse sear action, you can start them over on the cool side, throw some wood on there, get some smoke, and then put them on there and sear them at the end. You can always run 2-zone fire with them.
Yeah.
You can always take some of those panels off and just keep them over the hot side, have your regular grate over the cool side too,
Yeah.
That works.
All right, so I made a list of recipes, I guess. Maybe protein.
Where I've used,
just a list.
Okay.
And this is going to be rapid fire Q&A. I'm going to give you like steak, and you're going to tell me whether you go in grill grates or no grill grates.
Grill grates or no grill grates.
Yeah. All charcoal grill. Weber.
Everything's charcoal grill.
Weber, charcoal.
Okay. Weber or PK.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter as long as it's charcoal.
Yeah.
Could be
just
green
charcoal
egg.
grill. Steak.
Always. Not always. Yes, those grill grates. Yes, but also no.
Burger.
Yes, unless I'm cooking flat top burgers, smash burgers.
Yeah. Chops.
Yes.
Asparagus.
No.
Chicken thighs.
No.
Chicken breasts.
Yes. I like to put the marks on chicken breast.
Yeah, okay.
When I think of chicken breast, I think of like steakhouse chicken breast.
Yeah, bone in, no bone in. What are we talking?
Bone in.
No bone in. Okay.
Bone in, no.
Okay.
Thighs, I never do that too. They're not going to get.
They don't get you the marks
anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So thighs, no, they're going right on the regular grate.
But a big flat piece
of boneless, skinless chicken breast, yes.
Zucchinis and squash.
Yes. I do like getting sear marks on them. You don't really worry about a diamond patch, but laying them across the grates does excellent for slices of zucchini and squash.
Grilled cheese sandwich.
No.
No?
No. Would you?
Yeah.
On a grill grate?
I think so.
I like it better in cast iron or flat top.
Cast iron. Okay.
Flat top or cast iron. I do it on the backside.
No.
It's got to be on. We're not talking backside.
Well, you could. You could say backside.
Are you saying now, could you cook grilled cheese? Yes, you could.
No, I'm saying you're cooking this on a charcoal grill.
No, but do you want to know why? Oh, wait a minute. What now?
You're cooking these things on charcoal grills. You don't have anything else. You have grill grates or regular grates.
Oh, could I do it?
No.
Could I do regular grate or grill grate?
You're just personal preference.
Yeah, I probably would if that's. I've never made a grilled cheese on just over regular grates. I could see that being.
I don't think we've ever made a grilled cheese on grill grates.
I never have, but I mean, you could get up under it and pick it up easier.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking, like, when I cook grilled cheese, I like to put the butter in the pan, then put the bread in it.
Well, you don't have cast iron. That's not an option.
Could I just put the butter on the bread and then lay it on the grill grate, and it's going to give me some toasty action? I don't know. It's not going to be ideal.
You can either go regular grates or grill grates. That's the question.
GrillGrates.
Flip it upside down. Cheat.
He's disappointed. I'm not letting him cook his grilled cheese the way he
The way
wants
I want to cook it. Yeah. I'm not cooking grilled cheese.
It's a Monday.
That's not.
Screw your list, shell. Fish on a half shell.
Yeah. No GrillGrates.
Fillet of fish.
GrillGrates.
Grilled pizza.
No GrillGrates.
Bacon wrapped jalapenos.
No GrillGrates.
Lamb chops.
GrillGrates.
Rack of lamb.
No GrillGrates.
Kebabs.
No GrillGrates.
Shrimp.
No GrillGrates.
Anything in a cast iron skillet.
Oh, no GrillGrates.
Flank steak.
Yes, GrillGrates.
Tri-tip.
GrillGrates.
Pork loins.
Cut up or whole?
Whole.
No GrillGrates. Cut up GrillGrates.
That's chops then.
That's still pork.
Yeah.
Pork loin.
Short ribs.
No GrillGrates. Cut flanking style.
Yeah.
GrillGrates.
Yeah. Corn in the
No, yeah. That's either way.
corn in the husk.
No GrillGrates.
Portobello mushrooms.
No GrillGrates.
A whole chicken.
No GrillGrates.
A ribeye steak for a steak contest.
Always GrillGrates. Steak, always.
Yeah.
Not always, but always.
No, but also yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I've cooked a good one hanging in the drum. That's the only thing I'm thinking.
Heck
Ooh,
yeah. That's true.
good. And I've cooked a good one in cast iron.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's really good too.
But if I only have charcoal grill, regular grate grill grates on steak, always grill grates.
I mean, and I know some people like Riley, the steak princess. She cooks all her SEA steaks in cast iron.
Yeah.
And she's running the circuit,
Yeah.
doing pretty good.
She don't do all of them.
Oh,
She'll do
does
an
it
A
do-
and a B.
Oh, okay. So some of them
Yeah.
she does do in cast iron.
Yeah.
Some
Some of them she does
doesn't.
grill grates. But she does. And she's done well with the grill
Yeah.
grate one before.
But,
I mean, there's more than one way to skin a rabbit.
oh yeah, definitely.
I'm not knocking it, but I think grill grates with their marks are awesome. And I don't have any stock in the company. I just like them.
No, there's plenty of different ways. Like I've had good steaks I've had all different
flat
kinds of
top
good
steaks.
Yeah.
Rolled
had it.
steak's pretty good.
Heck yeah.
Smoker on pellet grill steak's pretty good. And is it as
Yeah.
good as charcoal grill with grill grates? Nope.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. If I'm putting one up against somebody, bring your cast iron, bring everything you got. Let's go.
Bring your sous vides.
Bring your sous vides. Let's go Weber grill grates versus.
Speaking of which, something showed up at the house last night it surprised me.
It did. I ordered one. I ordered one Sunday on the way back from Indiana.
What's
got it.
one?
It's a water circulator with a heater built in it. I got this little tank. It's like a fish tank. It's got this thing to keep the fish nice and warm, and it circulates the water. You can put it on whatever temp you want. Keep them fish like they're used to hot water. You can get it hot. If they like just a medium water. What water can fish can't live in hot water? Can they?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'm sure there's some fish.
No,
that like
I
hot.
broke down and bought my first ever sous vide machine. It is not for meat though.
Can I play with it for me?
Do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I ain't dead set against them. Like, don't believe in, you shouldn't have one.
You have turned
I
your
bought
nose
it.
up at sous vides for a very long time.
I just can tell the difference. Yeah, I can tell the difference. If I had to cook 50 steaks all the same way, and it's just me doing them, I'm gonna sous vide them. Then I can,
Yeah.
sear them off
Yeah.
however I want. But I bought this to keep sauce warm at a contest. It's going in the barbecue trailer. It has a reservoir. You put your water in it. Put your jars of your sauce in there or whatever, your injection, your beef wrap, whatever you're doing in there. Plug it up in the morning, have the water in there, set that temp. I know my sauce. Because normally we fight it with a hot eye. We pour our sauce out of our bottle, we bring it in, we mix it up, whatever, and pour it in there on the hot eye.
It's on the
We're
saucepan.
outside doing stuff. We've got that hot eye on. It's going to get bubbling and
It's constantly either
overscorch
getting
or-
cold or hot.
yeah, this way with this sous vide thing and this water bath. And Mark Williams wasn't talking about it. I ain't gonna lie. He started doing it.
It's a pretty good idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't know who he got it. I don't think he came up with it, but maybe he did. Maybe he did. Maybe he said, "I'm just gonna do this." But it's genius And you just set it in the sink in the barbecue trailer, make sure the water stays in it, plug it up. And I know that everything I want warm is going to stay that constant temp all day long. It don't get any easier than that. So that's why I got one.
I want to try chicken in it.
Yeah, I've heard it's good.
Yeah,
I've
I have
never
too.
I haven't had a lot sous vide. I've had steak. Mark tried to fool me with steak sous vide.
Yeah, Mark got in a big sous vide kick, and I tried some of his.
Now he did do a whole strip loin in one, and it was awesome.
Yeah,
but he did it for like 72 hours. I want to try the short ribs in it. They say they're phenomenal.
Yeah, I could see that.
Go.
I tried sous vide lamb, and that was really good.
Was it?
Yeah,
I can see that.
What cut?
It was just chops. I'm pretty sure.
I want to try lobster tails
In the sous vide?
because you could control them. You could never, you can get them the right temp. You know, you're not going to overcook them, and then pull it out. I wonder if it'd turn out like poached kind of butter lobster. Take it out, put it off in some melted butter that's warm, and just.
I think you can add the butter to the thing.
I don't know
Before it goes in the sous vide.
I don't know. I'm not going into sous vide. A lot of sous vide cooking.
I was thinking when somebody emailed me and said, "I heard you talking about maple. I'm sending you some maple." It's like, well, maybe we should be talking about lobsters and stuff. See what kind of people want to send us stuff.
Never had real.
Never had lobster.
By the way, I got some lobster. What's this?
Never driven a Lamborghini before.
Wonder what that's like. No, they're not cracking.
I heard they were.
I'll stick with my F-250. I probably could get off in a Lamborghini. I can climb up in my big F-250.
Well, that's all I have for today.
That's it.
Yeah, we got a list of stuff to go knock out before we leave for Royal Oak in the morning.
And we'll report back next week. Hopefully we'll have done some trophy winning. So yeah, we got go to Georgia, come back, and we don't have anything next weekend. It might be hunting weekend, so good. Well, Tyler, what else you got?
If you guys haven't downloaded the app yet, make sure you guys download the HowToBBQRight app. It has all of Malcolm's favorite recipes on there. And you can find me on Instagram at TikTok_Tyler.
Shell, where can they find us?
If you'd like to connect with Malcolm, there's people looking in, right? I don't know what's going on. If you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube. If you'd like to connect with me, it's Miss Southern Shell on Instagram and TikTok.
Well, hey, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us today, and we will see y'all next episode. We gone.